As you do this hum again, I want it to also stay clutter free. Very good. So you can do this one. No clutter, very simple. Keep it very simple. Don't do anything unnecessary at the top. Just keep extending it up from the bottom. What we're doing there is we're trying to get you to work at releasing up higher, getting higher, and maintaining balance as you go up there. So there are two things that happen really in that exercise. The closure keeps resetting when we go. That's the chords, kind of they're called arytenoid muscles. They're doing this constantly through the exercise. They keep resetting. So this horizontal pressure, and this is this way. So we're looking down from the bird's eye view. As those arytenoids close each time, we're looking to compress the chords together the same amount. So we're trying to. It helps us to get even closure, whilst the chords stretch out and go higher. So there's two things going on. The pitch is adjusting like this, chords are stretching out, whilst the arytenoids are trying to reset each note and keep it nice and balanced. That's why it's tricky. It's easy to find in talking. Like if I just go most people can do that, but if I ask them to do it as they're changing the pitch, they've then got two balls to juggle. It's hard because they'll find, and it's very normal, it happens to all of us, is typically when we close, we can't quite get the pitch, and when we let go, it flips. So we have to work through that so that we can, and that's the way we do that is we get that even closure and we let that pitch adjust, and we try and get those two things blending and working in sync at the same time. And you found some very nice ones where you were releasing up to the pitch but it wasn't losing presence at the top. When we compress, it's tricky for you at the minute because you're not sure what to hold on to and what to let go of, which is very, very normal. All you have to do is realise this exercise, execute the technique. Next half step is the same. I just do the same thing and I just take the technique one step further. Rather than thinking in terms of how does it sound, how high is it, all this stuff, I just think, focus on what I'm doing, concentrate on executing the mechanics of it, and focus on the function first. Later on worry about shaping the sound, making it sound pretty. But just in terms of raw technique, it's good to at first just be function focused. Really, just think of it as being at the gym lifting weights, so that you get away from all of the presuppositions people have with singing, which hinders their learning. You could compare it to being at the gym, on different machines, working different muscle groups. It's very similar to that. And it's also similar to, that requires not necessarily so much skill, whereas something like learning a jump shot in basketball, that requires kind of finesse, you've got to pay attention to that, because these muscles attached to your vocal cords are tiny. You're trying to adjust something that is very, very detailed and fine. It's very much the closest thing that you can really relate it to is if you're handwriting, like writing down words on paper. If you actually look at the motions that your fingers are making, they're very fine motor skills, they're called. It's not just like this. It's like it's very finessed and delicate and fine. So just like when you move your fingers intricately, that's the same level of detail that we're looking for in here to find. This is why earlier on in the lesson I was saying you're going to have to finesse it more, think about it in more detail, because if you're clumsy with it, it'll never work. You have to really treat it like a mechanism that you can be aggressive with. Like if I squeeze something with my hand, I can squeeze it hard, but I can also be very delicate with my fingers. Yeah? So there's a sense of that with the voice. Whilst you can squeeze on it, you know, and you can be aggressive with it, there's also a level of detail there, just like your fingers, that is very, very fine.